Okay. Starting off, this is going to be that goes through each belt and explains the basics and the requirements. A couple things on it is I'm going to go through the basics and explain exactly how every stance should be, punches, and a lot in detail. So it can be can be used for helping out when learning. Starting off with the stances. Horse stance, feet are going to be a way to measure them and a gauge is by turning this and making this and this parallel. This is parallel, and you come to here, that should be about the distance of your feet being apart. From there, you bend your knees, force them outward, and hip goes forward. From there, with your hip forward, you draw your pelvis, or you draw your hip forward, knees back, hands all the way back. So review, parallel, foot comes up, feet straight ahead, parallel, knees out, knees back, hip forward. And Hanji combine. Forward stance. It's left leg forward, right leg forward. When you're in a forward stance, you want your front knee back to forward stance. Bend the front knee. The front knee needs to be over the foot, not inside, not outside, directly over the heel. This angle, the knee goes all the way out, so if you dropped a straight line, it would be to your toe. The knee needs to be all the way out that far. As far as width in the stance, this way, same as horse stance. You're basically right here, this parallel, this foot comes up, and the knee. It can be slightly different depending on the person's body, but that's a general rule of thumb. From here, you want the width this way. If you drop a line off each shoulder, it should be to the inside of your foot. Hip forward, you almost have slightly, a little bit more weight on the front. A lot of times if you're forward punching or something, you have 60% on the front, 40% on the back. Front foot's straight ahead or slightly inward. Back foot's about 45 or a little bit tighter as far as angle going straight ahead. Migi kamae, right leg forward. Hadari kamae, left leg forward. Those are the stances that you need to learn during white belt. Moving on to the basic hand pattern, which is the first requirement of 3. When you start off, you're starting from your horse stance. You go from attention, bow, feet are at 45-degree angle. You step out yaw, hands across and closed in front of the shoulders, drawn down in front of the belt. When you step left, when you step out, left leg always steps out, left leg steps back. Hands are out and draw back. First punch goes to the head. Goes straight out, you aim to your chin in front of you. Goes all the way up, knuckles or first 2 impact is made with the first 2 knuckles. When you switch, your hands come at the same time, pulling and pushing. Goes to the chest or chudon. Same thing, last punch goes gedan or groin. After that, your hand comes up, this arm crosses, it frames the face and turns. So the hand comes all the way from across here and turns, not upward like this. Across and out. Same thing, across and out. As your hand reaches the top, your forearm is flexed, fist is drawn that way, slightly down to tighten this muscle. So you have a slight angle there. Next block, soto uke. This arm extends out, straight out chudon. Other arm underneath. You go from the tricep, slightly back behind the elbow. When you draw it out, you extend it, your hip slightly turns, and it ends and finishes directly in front of the other shoulder. Your hand or the angle of your elbow is about 90 degrees. You take that, drop it straight in front of you, that is how you want your arm. Same thing, soto uke. Naku uke, from the ear, bring it across, elbow slightly drops, bring it straight out, turn it. Same angle of the arm, about 90 degrees, finishing in front of the opposite shoulder. Extend ear and across. Gedan brai uke, down block. You bring that arm down, other arm comes across. From here, this palm's facing at you, the elbow touches the inside of the other elbow. It draws down and turns. Finishes just outside the other knee, about 1 fist above. Same thing other side, gedan brai uke. Down, turn. After that shuto, this arm extends out, other arm up. Palm faces ear, elbow touches elbow, draw. Body, arm comes out. Your body turns away from the movement, not towards it. Draw the hip away. Same thing other side, extend, arm, and block. Turn the body away. Last block, jujuke, arms are crossed, comes up, palms are facing outward, not like this. Comes in, turns, and down. After that, you draw the hands up, bringing back. Left leg steps in, back to attention, and bow. From your stepping out.
Looks good.
Too many details.
No.
The number for this guy can be
Kicks. With white belt, you do your kicks, 4 main kicks. First, front kick. It's good to teach a lot of times from a forward stance, which forces them to get a little bit better leg muscles than driving back from a fighting stance. When you do this, there's 4 steps to each kick. Front kick comes up, you extend it out, forcing the toes back, in, and back down. As you do it, you drive the hip forward, pushing the kick out there. Your leg comes up, kick, in, back down. Side kick, same thing. From here, you slide up, your leg comes up, you want the heel up nice and high, knee where it's pulled across almost to the chest. You extend it out or drive it, pushing the heel, bringing it in, and back down. So 4 main steps. Your leg comes up, 1, out, 2, and 3, down, 4. Roundhouse kick. When you bring your kick up, you want to bring it all the way up, knee comes up, foot comes back. You pivot on this foot, on the ball of the foot, bringing the body around. Once you come around, you extend the leg out, bring it, and back. Leg comes around, foot pivots, kick, and back. Back kick. When you do back kick, you want your heel, the impact to be with your heel. Same thing with the other kicks, you have 4 steps. Starting from here, the leg comes up, heel closer to the butt, extend it straight back, driving this shoulder down to the ground, pushing the heel out. Get in, and back down, back kick. For white belts, we'll do it in a pattern, basic kicking pattern. The pattern is basically to challenge the balance a little bit. We have them start from chamber position, hands up, kick front kick, bring leg back, chamber, side kick, bring leg back, which brings it from here, back kick, bring leg back, pivot, and roundhouse, and back to here. Have them do that on both legs. If they're good students, there's also a progressive pattern that you can use that helps you with footwork. We'll start with left leg forward, front kick, step forward, turn, side kick, leg comes across, pivot, back kick, back in, place a foot, finish, roundhouse. Same exact pattern as the basic kick. Front, side, back, round, only moving forward and progressing. Action. Kata, Kihon kata. We'll start off and go through it slowly using the terms that you would use basically when you're teaching children, so it creates a roadmap in their head. Also makes it easy for adults. Here after you bow, you step out as you always do with your left leg, come to your Kihon kata, means basic form. First you're looking, setting the arms as you down block and drive it forward. From here you step, this arm comes up as you step, in place, and then forward punch. Turn the head, foot goes behind, arm comes to the ear, turn, down block. From there, this arm comes up as you step, you drive forward, and punch. Looking towards the mirror, forward, or towards the front. Mirror, down block, stepping forward, punch, half step, punch, and forward, punch. Next move, Moate, or turning around, down block, stepping forward, punch, turning, punch, or turning down block, forward punch, down block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back up, looking at your last target. As hands come down, looking forward. Left leg in, and down. Okay. Okay, this is a drill that traditionally we called Chudan Kamai, which was a set position for learning basic technique. We'd always set, Chudan Kamai, and then we draw into our stance. From there we had different blocks. We use any of the blocks with our stance. Start off head block, reverse punch. Outside block, reverse. Outside block, reverse. Do the same thing moving backwards. So you did take any of the same blocks, head blocks, and moving back. Okay, outside, back. This should be taught with any of the blocks. The only difference is when you're using shoot those, you bring it forward, 45, finishing in front of the shoulder, and then punching. Shoot them, punch. Same thing, fine. Kata bunkai, or breakdown. This basically shows a student why they're doing the movement, so then when they're doing the movement, they can put the focus and intensity into it in the correct manner. Usually I'll demonstrate or show it while you're teaching so they understand it. Kion kata, breakdown, bunkai. Hits. So, urasa. So, urasa. Hits. So, urasa. So, urasa. So, urasa. Hit. So, urasa. Hit. So, urasa. Hayos. What's when doing breakdown, it is important to make contact. When you're striking, it'll teach students how to get used to taking a blow. It'll also toughen the arms up, get them used to blocking a kick or blocking a strike. Okay, falls and rolls. Falls and rolls, the main thing is you're teaching the student how to fall so they can go through takedowns, go through Kibon Kumite techniques without getting hurt. Basic way to start off is from a sitting position. What you want is for them just to lie back towards their back and come down, hitting the hand out here. It needs to go straight out or slightly up from the shoulder. This leg tucks, both heels are close to the bottom. Straight in the foot goes on the ground, hand across the stomach or on the ground. Same thing other side. Center, going forward this way. Falling arms out, head up to the side. When they're learning to fall, it's basically they're learning how to fall when they're getting flipped over or swept, or the body comes this way, here. That's why you're falling in that position. They're getting thrown or swept, so you're getting used to that. It's important to start them off low before you move them up high. Higher falls. A little bit advanced version of that, if you're learning how to fall, is to go from kneeling position. You start off left side, you drop it and fall here. Right side, same thing. Leg comes out, drop, fall here. When you go to the center, that's in case you're flipping over, straight over, and you need to catch the fall with your feet instead of your sacrum or lower back. So when you're coming over, you bridge and hit your feet. That's why your bottom is off the ground. Instead of falling, hitting flat on your back. Forward for as any forward takedown or forward push. Learning how not to take the impact on the wrist, take it on the forearm and stomach. Rolls. When you're doing a roll, basically it's fairly simple. You're going over the shoulder. Easiest way to teach it is one knee down, ball the foot, one foot up, hand on the foot that's up comes across the body to the ground, fingers turn back towards the back. Now you push off the back foot and roll around this. Keep the leg tucked, back to your upward position. Back roll, same thing. You sit down, what you do is get them used to rolling back and forth. You go all the way over, turn the head to the side, all the way back up. Here's over the side of the shoulder. Okay. Kibon Kumites. With number one, the initial attack goes to the chin or head. You're stepping back at an angle of 45 degrees as you block. Make sure you step at an angle so your head doesn't stay on the line with that punch. You're grabbing the arm, pulling them in as you punch Chudon. Boom. What happens is that pushes them forward. If you hit them well, their chin's right there. Come through with the elbow right up to the chin. Grab this shoulder. If you're doing it fast, you can grab here. The reason you need to grab this shoulder is for control. If I grab here, he can still punch me. I have no control of his body. If I grab here, he goes to punch. Since I have his shoulder,